That there is the monastery. A Catholic cathedral with monks. They actually live there. You look above the road right there, that's Rockdale River Trail. I'll take you out there one day. It's actually fairly new, and it's a trail system that connects Rockdale County with the DeKalb County trails that are around Arabia Mountain where we're headed. It's just pretty cool. I've never been out there. I waited forever for them to finish making that, and I still haven't gone out there. They probably finished making it about a year ago. But I'll be taking you out there because I'm really curious to see how far it goes. And I've never been back there in those woods before. I think it'll be awesome to go out there and explore. By the way, we're headed to Arabia Mountain today. This is my nephew. If you saw the vlog on my channel entitled An Eventful Day, then you've already met my nephew, Andrew, aka Andy Pork Cow.
Yep, that's right.
He called himself that one day, and it's stuck, so we'll see when we get there. Before we get to the place known as Arabia Mountain, I just figured that this road here was film worthy because the foliage has finally agreed to show off its color for autumn 2014. Got some great looking trees out here, and I waited for the perfect time to come to Arabia Mountain to show you the view and everything else that is in this place. But this is Highway 212 that we're riding upon at the moment. And I really should have started filming earlier back there because there's some awesome trees back there that are very, very colorful.
Yeah, we missed it.
And we missed it, unfortunately. But also, fortunately, I know of a road coming up that you'll appreciate. There's an old bridge on this road, and it's in the middle of the woods, so it's really cool looking. I believe this is the road here, so I'll go ahead and turn. Coming up on the road now. White circle. If this isn't the road, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure it is.
We can only go 25 miles an hour.
Well, it's a good thing we can only go 25 miles per hour because
no dumping.
it's pretty. The colors are pretty. If this is the right road, then we should be going across a bridge pretty soon. Road closed. Oh, starting 11/17/2000. It's not closed yet. Looks like they're gonna be expanding this bridge, tearing it down and making a bigger bridge.
It looks like we are coming just in time to get the last few glimpses of
Yep.
its
Yep. Good point.
little light.
If this is where I think it is, and one lane bridge, there you have it right there. One lane bridge. So they're gonna tear this bridge down, they're gonna widen and make a bigger bridge. But just look at this view, you guys. Awesome, awesome view. Very colorful. This is a very old bridge right here too. Obviously, for it to be one lane, it would have to be very old. It's gorgeous out here though. This is DeKalb County.
There's another one of those destruction signs.
Destruction signs. Construction. Not destruction, construction.
Yeah, destroy the bridge. They're saying that they're gonna tear it down.
Demolition.
Whatever it's called.
South Goddard Street.
They tore down that house. You want to see their foundation?
It's very rustic looking. There's a lot of burnt umber in the trees, but then you've also got the bright yellow and orange. You got a little bit of burgundy like that right there. That's my favorite color that the trees turn, that dark burgundy color.
My favorite color is blue.
The orange is awesome too. Got an old church over here with an old cemetery that we don't have time to show you.
Sadly.
There's the cemetery, just there.
Looks like someone tried to dump a bunch of rocks in that cemetery over there. Like huge ones. Just dumped it there.
Alright, the road that we're coming out onto is Klondike Road.
Oh.
This is the road that takes you to Arabia Mountain.
Did you see that tree back there? It fell.
Klondike
Gas
Road.
station. Check out that old gas station.
There's an old building, historical building there. The sign says Wonderland Gardens, Oak Grove Junction.
I don't know why they're calling it gardens. It's a gas station. It's all gas stations on it. Penalties.
Alright, so in order to save some battery and some space, we'll see you at Arabia Mountain.
See ya.
See ya. Welcome to Arabia Mountain.
This is a cool old bridge.
This is the entrance to the wildlife preserve. Hunting strictly prohibited.
What's with these rocks?
As you walk in, right away you're greeted by the huge granite face and these stone pillars. These are actually just markers to mark the way to the actual mountain portion of Arabia Mountain. They're cast about the whole stretch until you actually get to the mountain. However, we're not going to do that yet. We're actually going to go off the beaten path a little bit. I'm going to show you some interesting things toward the back side of Arabia Mountain that most people probably have never seen before or don't know about. So keep watching. Check out that eagle flying in the distance. Can you see that? Probably not, but all this anyways, it's there all the same. Slowly but surely getting there. Got 3 eagles up in the air circling.
They better not take my hat.
Circling us. Beautiful domestic, or not domestic, majestic, I meant to say.
Domestic.
They're anything but domestic, no. A domesticated eagle will probably be illegal and land you some time in jail.
What about
Beautifully majestic eagles.
What about those people who train eagles?
That's a different. So we're standing on the tree line of this field, which if you enter the park and you just walk in a straight back sort of fashion, eventually you'll find this field. You got to go through some thick brush, some rather thick briars and woods and such, but you'll find this field. What we want to do next is we want to walk directly across to the other end of this field on the left side of it, the way that he's walking. Wouldn't recommend going out in the middle of the field because the grass is so high. Could be snakes. Who knows what else in there? Ticks. Whatever you can think of is probably in there. So steer clear of the high stuff on this trail on the side and then head straight back to the back of the field. Beautiful color. Beautiful woods. Just outside on the other side of those woods over there is the actual Davidson Arabia Mountain. Just over there.
Yeah,
Can't quite see it yet, but
I can see some of it.
it's over there. We're getting closer to the edge of this field now. Walked all the way over here, and we will continue to walk into these woods. Very beautiful out here. Got some fallen down trees. Step over.
Look, somebody cut it.
Yeah, probably trying to get it out of the way, I would imagine. We reached the edge of the field, now entering the woods once again. We've got a nice little walkway path right here. Alright, the next place this is going to lead us is to a dense wooded area of adolescent pine trees. You can see there's a marker right there on that tree, a blue marker. I'm guessing that just marks the trail. Right there. Yeah, I made a mistake. The adolescent pine tree forest is that way. We're going to bypass that for now.
Why?
We're going to go this way. So disregard the pine tree forest. We walked down from that trail and we kept straight.
That's going to be a big letdown,
at the turnoff. No, we'll still go there. We just want to go here first. That's out of the way. And you'll find this opening here where the rock face comes back out, and clearly there are no trees growing on the rock face. Moving on, you still see markers for the pathway. The blue marks, the blue dashes on the ground and on the trees. Just watch for those, and you can't miss it. Look at these trees over here. Beautiful in color. Perfect time to come out here. Do you agree?
Onward home. Another marker. Convenient in place. I feel like they're leading us into a trap. You know, these convenient markers supposed to, hey, head this way. Like, look, see, look, there's one path here, and there's another one going off over there. This one says to go that way, not to go that way. So I just wonder what that means.
Come this way. Apparently there's a path that goes that way, which would be straight, the straight line that we've been walking in. However, my intuition is telling me to go this way.
Yours?
Just going by memory. Bear in mind that I haven't been out here in about 7 years or so to the place that I'm trying to find for you guys. It's been a long time.
Oh, look, there's tire tracks. Somebody's been through here with a vehicle.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Probably a 4-wheeler or something. So it's been a while since I've been out here. So I'm trying to do all this by memory.
What the frick? Shotgun shell, I think.
Probably.
Dang pokers. And they threw Smarty candy paper down. Left it there. Not cool.
If you find this circular opening in the woods with the thick, thorny brush around its perimeter, hopefully you don't find it, because we have apparently hit a dead end.
No, we haven't. There's a path through there, but it's guarded up.
We're trying to avoid the heavy brush just for obvious reasons. We don't want to disturb any wildlife.
Get chased right through here.
So we're going to try to stay smart about this, and if we can, we're going to try to find a better way to enter these woods, because the place I want to show you is just on the other side of these woods. Okay, we finally found the right way to go. You'll know you're headed the right way because there's a creek that you'll have to cross. You want to go first?
Yeah.
It's not very wide or very deep, so it's not too big of a deal, as long as you're not a pansy. Me, I chose to wear boots, so I can just walk straight through the water and it won't faze me. But then I get down this hill.
Jump out there and help you?
Oh, without phasing me. Alright, I'll get back with you when I cross this creek. Okay, people. Once you cross that creek, you'll come up a hill. And apparently no one's been out here for a while. At least not coming from that way. So there's a lot of briars and underbrush and stuff. Yeah, but that stuff could have been sitting there for years, you never know. But you'll come up this hill right here. You'll know you're in the right spot because you'll come out and you'll find this trail. This is actually gravel. This is a gravel road. It's just overgrown. Alright? When you find it, turn to the right and start walking this way. We're almost there, I promise. After walking down the gravel road for about 2/10 of a mile or so, you'll find this on your left.
Good, pretty good trench.
It's a trench. It looks to be man-made. So there may be some history behind that.
Maybe it was back in the Civil War. You never know, maybe they could have fought up here. Fought all kinds of mountains the whole time.
There is an easier way to get over there. Ultimately that's where we want to be, is over there. There's an easier way to get over there if you keep walking down this road.
Oh, yeah. If you know about war in Texas, that is a perfect fighting face right there. God, that's me. That's me. He's probably maybe he's nearly 2 years. Or maybe in the revolution.
As you continue to walk down this road, you'll find this clearing up here. This is exactly where we want to be. And people. This is a rather unknown spot at Arabia Mountain. There's a few things about it that make it particularly special. I'll show you one of those things now. Last time I came out here, about 7 years ago, there was an old antique type bulldozer out here. I'm not sure if it's out here anymore, but it was out here. I was hoping to show you that, but I don't see it. I haven't found it yet. Got another opening right there. Circular stone. We're headed over here to this cliff, which you probably can't see. If we get up that, I'll show you something pretty cool. Okay, so I brought you all the way back here, deep, deep in the woods at Arabia Mountain to show you this.
What's this yellow stuff?
Pollen, sulfur. I don't know. This place is awesome. Check out these holes. We got a hole right here. Can't tell how deep it is by looking at it, but you can tell. You can get an idea by dropping a rock down in it.
It'd be cool if we had a flashlight.
I'm sure whoever comes out here has been throwing rocks in that hole and probably filled it up quite a bit. I think there's some more holes over here though. Yeah, here's another hole right here. Let's check this one out. That one's not deep at all. Maybe 4 feet or so.
Yeah, there's this pine straw beneath it. Hey, look, here's another one behind you. I'll test this one out. I counted at least 3.
So, what do you think? What do you guys think about this?
I like it. Pretty cool.
A little cliff right there. This is definitely a unique landscape for Georgia. I don't know of too many other places in Georgia that you can find a landscape like this. Except for possibly Stone Mountain, I guess. Some more holes.
That was fairly deep. Oh, no, let's see.
So I'm guessing that this was part of a quarry system. of Arabia Mountain, which I believe you can look it up and probably get the history about it. But I'm pretty sure it was once a slave rock quarry back in the 1800s. And they would drill into this rock here, this granite, and blast it with dynamite. And that's how you get these high cliffs and these big, huge, jagged pieces of rock here. I believe this whole place was blasted with dynamite, and that's where the source of those drilled holes come from. Yeah, I already checked that one. They would drill holes down into the rock, and they would put dynamite down there and blast the rock and make various structures with it.
Blew up that rock.
Probably bridges, probably foundations for larger civil buildings.
Ooh.
Does anybody know what kind of tree this is? It's got the little bark tabs on it. You can just break these off. What kind of tree is that? Does anybody know what kind of tree that is? Is it a gum tree? I'm getting pelted by insects out here.
I'm not.
They seem to like me. Sorry, I didn't mean to drop you. Don't listen to yourself being dropped. Listen to this. Very cool.
Oh my gosh. It didn't even make it. Dang it.
And as you can see, we've left the cliff over there. As you can see, it just keeps going on and on and on for miles and miles. We're not going to go back much farther than this though, because we're pretty far from the entrance of the park. I'd say probably a couple miles.
Hey, you can actually see this one.
And Arabia Mountain, folks. The portion of Arabia Mountain that few seem to find. The road less traveled, off the beaten path, whatever you want to call it. Very interesting, very cool. There's actually a marker over there too, just like the markers that we found when we first entered the park. I've never followed those markers before. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we should do that. Maybe there's an easier way to get back. Check out the surface of this granite. It almost looks like the moon or something. Alright, so we're going to head back toward the entrance of the park. We're not done yet either, folks. We're going to show you some more stuff at Arabia Mountain. Wanted to get this part out of the way though, because it takes so long to get back here. It's so far from the entrance. But it's totally worth it to come out here and see this. This is my favorite part of this whole place. By far. Alright people, we've now reached the dense pine forest of adolescent pine trees.
So like a magical pixie forest.
Let's head this way a little bit. Imagine if this happened naturally. It occurred from older pine trees dropping their saplings, and then through time, the span of time being unmolested by man, this forest grew up from dropped saplings that hit the ground, fertile ground, and then grew up. Lots of them were knocked down, probably by animals, deer and such. See, many of them have died. I would think probably also because there's so many of them and they're so compacted together that their root system is probably in competition. And as you know, in nature it's always survival of the fittest, so some of the trees probably died because of that reason. I've always thought this area here was really cool though. Matter of fact, that creek that we crossed over, if you follow it downstream a good ways, you'll find that it widens and the current picks up and starts flowing over bare granite rock. It's very beautiful out there. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to find that for you today because there's still way more to show you, and we are on the outside of daylight savings time, and it's just ended. A little over a week ago, daylight savings time came to an end, so it's getting darker earlier. But we don't want to run out of time or run out of daylight.